insane healing story time to tell you guys about. It was during my session yesterday, and I had 3 really great sessions yesterday. This one was the middle one that I want to specifically talk on because I need to document it as well. Okay. So, the person specifically wanted to work on merging with their dimensional forms. So I took them up. The easiest way to do this is to take them up to the 12th dimensional form, because that's where your archangel is, your dragon, and your galactic, like, federation form. So I took them up to their 12th dimensional form, and they merged in with it. And I walked them through how to do that. And then I walked them through how to merge with their dragon. They were like, oh my God, it's like putting on like a dragon suit, like a glove. And I was like, yeah, it's exactly what it feels like. Like when I'm on a session with someone, I morph into them and I can feel if I'm a 30-year-old male in Europe, like that's, you'll be able to feel it, or I'll just be standing there and be like, wait a second, am I a fucking tree? Are you a tree? Like you can feel your body if feeling is one of your stronger suits, and you might be able to see it. So anyway, I was walking them through that, and then the next stop was to go to the other part of the 12th dimension, which is the like Galactic Federation. And a lot of work has been done on this because they're like a government pencil pusher. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. They don't look like it, but they act like that government in that movie. Real pencil pusher energy, seriously. When I first went to, I have a whole series on the Galactic Federation and the truth about them or whatever. So I'm not going to go into it. So anyway, I took them in there to merge with that form, but that form of them is kind of like, you're not on the schedule today. Like very like, why are you, what is going on? But they were able to merge with them because you can always merge with things that you're a part of, and you can't merge with things that you're not a part of. So you can do that like checking your math. Like you can ask to merge with like a different archangel, and if you don't merge with them, you're like, oh shit, well I'm not them, I must be them, and then you can merge with whoever you're a part of, because all of us are a part of all of them. I've been trying to help you guys see that. That's neither here nor there. Okay. So then I was like, let's see something cool. Like, want to see something cool? It's funny. And I had them take their dragon form into the Galactic Federation, which is so fucking funny because they're pencil pusher government types. And the dragon's just sitting there like a fucking Barney, like just fucking sitting there staring at them. And it was hilarious to me. But then we undid everything we weren't supposed to do because they weren't supposed to do that. I just wanted to show them the possibilities of what you can do. So that's part number 1. There's going to be part number 2. So after walking this person through merging with their 12th dimensional forms, I was like, okay, do you want to go down to the negative 12th dimensional forms? And they're like, hell yeah, that's what I want to go to. They're like, the like divine justice stuff makes me go, ooh. And I was like, all right, cool. So we went down to the negative 12th dimension, and I was like, okay, ask for your angel form down here. And the verbiage didn't really work well. And I was like, fine, ask for your demon form. Sorry. So the demon form shows up and she merges with it. And I swear to God, it felt like if Marilyn Manson was an anime character and emo. Like, it's like, I'm a bad boy. I'm so tough. Because it's the negative 12th dimensional form of a light oversoul, which is the negative dimensions are just feminine. And some of them, if they're heavy in the negative, like in the passion in the female, they are dark and scary looking. But if you're negative 12th dimensional form of your light, this is too much. It's too confusing for this story. Anyway, it was like tough guy, and I thought that was fucking hilarious. When they merged with their dragon, it was very much like the dragon that Maleficent turns into, like angry, darker, but not bad, just powerful. So then I was like, well, then there's a negative 12th government form. Why this never, like this never fucking dawned on me before to go to the negative 12th government. Like, everybody talks about the Galactic Federation, but no one ever talks about the negative. I didn't know it existed, and I don't know how I didn't know it existed, because it's really fucking obvious that it's there. Like, I was dumbfounded. So we went in to her form in the negative 12th, and they were dumbfounded that we were there. They were like, what the fuck are they doing here? So I was like, hold on. Cause when I'm with a session, I'm in their body so I can feel things going on like they are. And I was like, I need to go in my form. So I asked to go into my negative 12 form. So then I went out of their body and jumped into mine. And everybody was like, oh fuck. Like down there, they were like, you know that, I don't know. It was, how do I describe that? They like, everything paused and they looked at us like, oh, we fucked up. Oh, we fucked up. Like that. Okay, I'll continue this in a part 3. Okay, bye. Okay, so this is the third part. So, we're down there in the negative 12th, like, government area, which I should have known fucking existed, and I didn't see it until yesterday, which blows my mind. So I felt like I was on, like, a video game toggle where I'm just kind of going like this and I'm looking at everybody. And I almost feel like, you know, when people are robbing a bank and the person stays in the lobby and then the other person goes to the vault and gets all the money out and stuff. I was in the lobby, like, of the government place, and I was just looking around at everybody like this. And I can't see, I'm just feeling my body. So I'm on the phone with the client going like this. And they're like, Kat, what am I looking at? I'm looking up. And I was like, oh, so you see like I do, which is like not at all. I said, what I do is I go, I'm looking up. Why am I looking up? What am I looking at? Am I looking at the ceiling? Am I looking at vents? Am I looking at a light? And I was like, oh shit, there's vents there and there's wires. So what do you need to do with the wires? I was like, you need to like pull them out or yank them out or cut them or what? And she's like, oh, I'll set them on fire. And I was like, yeah, set them on fire. Cause she's a part of the flame, the violet flame, which I've worked with another person that was part of the Violet Flame a couple months ago. And this is a different person. So they set everything on fire. And then they were like, now I'm looking down at the ground. And the whole time I'm still like this on the phone. Because my part of my oversoul that I'm in is down here, like keeping everybody in check. And I was like, okay. I said, they're like, what am I supposed to pick up? And I go, this is what I do. When I don't fucking know what to do, I go, Spirit, if it's in my highest good, please let me pick up whatever the fuck this thing is. So she picked it up and it was a cord, like a plug. And I was like, oh my God, holy shit. So asked to defrag and deactivate whatever this is, and then asked to remove the trauma virus from this and disintegrate it back to wherever we need to. And it went. Cause it's like we do what we need to do, but also we don't exactly know what we're doing and we got to keep our human in check. And after everything, we undo anything we're not supposed to do. It's kind of like trying to explain how to do this work is you just come across it and you're just like, oh shit, looks like we're doing this now. It makes no logical sense. And that's why we're able to do so much is we just kind of like happenstance run across it when it's time to run across it. So she did that, and then all of a sudden I wasn't on toggle anymore. I was like facing, I was like, oh shit, we can go now. So release and return soul fragments, release all soul contracts that were not in the highest good, and then take off. So yeah, her session was pretty crazy, but I'm not done documenting because what happened to me later that evening is important. So next video coming up. Okay, so after that session, I had another session, went really well, but then I had to go drive. I drive about an hour to go pick up my kids if they go visit their dad. And my 8-year-old visited their dad this weekend. So Kate and I were driving up. Now, I have a thing. Some of you, when you see me on a live, you see me playing with hair. This piece of hair that I have, it's like antenna or like tentacles. This piece of hair is connected to me. If I'm trying to transmute something or get a signal out, I'm doing this. Then I have a piece of hair here. It's connected to my kid, Chris. And then I have this piece. I've got different pieces connected to different things. So when I'm messing with it, it's like a signal for me to go pay attention to something. Well, I was messing with a signal up here and that isn't connected to anybody. And I was messing with a specific piece of hair and I was just like playing with it. I couldn't stop playing with it. And Kate was in the car and I was like, Kate, what the fuck am I doing? And as she was trying to like tune into it and figure it out of what it was, and also messaging with Ben, trying to figure out what it was, I kept driving. I was drained. I'm never fucking drained. Like I'm go, go, go. I'm Energizer Bunny when it comes to that kind of stuff. So I'm fucking go, like drained here playing with this antenna. And then I realized, if you've ever looked at my Truth About the Galactic Federation series, there is a vault that had like millions of cats in the vault, and every one of you have a vault. Well, I have the steps to get you out of it. So that's in that playlist. I'll write it at the bottom of the screen here so you can go do it yourself. Well, when I went down there, it's like I activated a signal in the cats. So it was like, I don't know if you've ever seen like Wreck-It Ralph or those like dancing cactuses. Once you hit one, they all start, it's like a domino effect. So it's like a vault full of cats going like, hey, okay, bye. Oh, hi there. How are you? Like just a fucking shit ton of them. And so my energy was draining from me to activate these clones of me. Side note on the clones thing, like, that was the first time I got a psychic attack, was talking about those. Anyway, but so once I figured that out, I was able to defrag and deactivate all the clones in the vaults and take care of that. And then what I did was, anybody who has done the work to free themselves from the positive 12th galactic vaults, it is your own personal work was copy and pasted to the vaults on the negative 12th. So you can go look at that yourself. And again, I would follow the steps in the positive 12th to see for yourself. But yeah, it's all fixed. But I need to document it. And it was wild, and it was a long night. Okay, bye. Okay, I've been needing to document this. It happened a couple of days ago, but every time I tried to make a video about it, I couldn't. I don't know why. It is what it is. I was working with Linda a couple of days ago, and she had worked with someone else, and the person she worked with got a very strong message that she needed to go to her Akashic library. So she followed the steps in my link tree to get to your Akashic library. The majority of people are successful with that. Some people have difficulties. And I was like, okay, well, let's take into account what the other person said, and let's go ahead and go look. Let's see if there's something there. She said, Kat, I want to tell you, I'm pretty sure I'm part of the first wave of volunteers. I do not believe I have any Earth lives. And I said, that's okay if you don't have any Earth lives. That's okay, because you probably have planetary lives. When I first started doing past life sessions, I could only help people see past lives on Earth, but now I can help them see them everywhere. So I said, I also want to say this. Take it with a grain of salt. Do not let me tell you your truth, but I do need to preface this. And it ended up kind of being a channeled message, because it wasn't something I had said exactly to anyone before. It was just kind of like a thought process. And I said, Dolores Cannon was a wonderful woman who paved the way for a lot of people. But since she didn't speak on firsthand experiences, she spoke on what the information that was given to her through other people. Yes, it was very similar information. Yes, it was across the board. Yes, she got a lot of truth. And also, I'm part of the same oversoul as Dolores. So I appreciate her so much for what she did. But a lot of the information that was given to her and her clients was a little bit whitewashed. In quotes, like the same concept of, it's like history told to you in the way that they want you to believe it. Because as people were breaking out of religion, they needed to kind of get them into something else with rules and regulations. So that's where that Lightworker Starseed stuff comes from. As the religion had rules and regulations, the Galactic Federation had rules and regulations. So I'm just putting that out there. I do not know what we'll find. Please take everything with a grain of salt. Please don't just take my word on it. Let's go in and see. And she was like, okay, I'm willing to look at it and see. So that's the first part. I'll tell you the rest in just a moment. So I take her into the library, and hers feels a lot like mine, except different. Mine is like the white room in the Matrix. That's what my library looks like. Linda's was just like that, just as expansive, but gray. Now, I've been in one that was black before, and I've been in one that was white like mine before, but I've never been in one that was gray before, so that was interesting. I said I could see how it would feel like there was nothing here, you couldn't get into it. But the way your library is set up, it's not books and records like this. It's kind of like, it's connected to why you're part of like a time bender kind of thing. It's one of your soul's things that it does. So, because we all do different things. We asked to go to the life that was the most impactful that she needed to heal at this time, and it did take us somewhere. And what happens is I merge in with a person like at the beginning of the session, so I can feel things as if it's happening to them in their body. We went in and I was like, okay, I don't feel like it's Earth. I have no fucking clue where we are though, because I can't see. I just kind of feel around. And I said, does it feel like you're inside or outside? And she was like, I feel like I'm in this transportation thing. And I was like, yeah, me too. Me too. And I was like, it doesn't feel like a car or a boat or a plane. It felt like a pill-shaped metal capsule. And so we were like, okay, we're in this pill-shaped metal capsule. We're definitely alone. We're transporting something. I don't fucking know. I don't know other than that. So when I was like, okay, this is what I do when I can't figure out anything else. Like I've got the who, where, what, why of what's going on. It still isn't giving me much information. I say, take me to the earliest point of this that we need to heal. Because sometimes the team will take us into like, here's the most impactful point you need to heal. And it's like, if you take us back to the earliest point we can heal and push it forward, we can hit that impactful point, but with clarity, it helps a lot. So we went back to the earliest point we could heal. And it felt like Linda was in this like, sleep bed kind of thing, you know, like pink gel kind of capsulated, pod of sorts. But I felt like I was standing in a field, and I was like, okay, so I'm definitely in this life, because if I'm in a different part than the person that I'm helping, that means that I'm in that life as well. It happens sometimes. So, I was like, is this a sleep pod that you're in, or is this a, like, did you grow here? Like, what is this? And then I was trying to figure out, I said, ask, where's Kat? And she's like, I don't feel you. And I said, okay, well, where's Linda? And I was like, so I asked her to, ask where Kat is. And she's like, I don't feel you. And I was like, okay, I'm going to ask, where's Linda? And I asked, where's Linda? And I got this like weird, almost like memory, kind of like dementia, where I was just like, Linda, where is Linda? That was the feeling I got. And I was like, okay, well, I definitely know you, but I forgot you, and I didn't know that I forgot you. So that's a little trippy. I said, okay, Linda, do your house cleanse in that pod, and I'll do my house cleanse to me out here. And when we did, she was out of the pod and like in a field. I was like, I'm in the field. Okay, ask where I am. And she was like dead in front of me, like far away, but it felt like if we went to each other, we'd get shot kind of feeling. Like I see you and I'm excited and I'm aware, but I can't come to you right now. So then she was like, I feel like I have this metal thing on my head, and I don't like to use my healings in a session very often. I like people to use their own stuff, but I had a preset healing to remove anything that's not in the energetic field, which you're more than welcome to use. It's Kat's general healing. So you'd say, Spirit, if it's in my highest good, please allow me access to Kat's general healing, and you'll feel stuff leave. So she did that, and then all of a sudden she could morph into the ground. And I was like, so it feels like that thing was put on your head to cap your abilities, your spiritual abilities. And she's like, yeah, I'm getting the same thing. And I was like, Linda, baby, I don't think you were a volunteer. I was like, but let's say this, like maybe you did volunteer, but you didn't know what you were fucking signing up for. Like there's a possibility of that. And I was like, or maybe that's what we agreed upon, was to take our spiritual gifts away so we could go be human. And remember, right? You know, you never know. Take it with a grain of salt. Let's see what's going on. So she did that, and I was like, Linda, I feel like I want to hug you. And she's like, me too. And I'm like, okay, good. We know each other. Like we're connected for sure. We asked for the next thing to heal, and we were taken to like an overview, kind of like of an apocalyptic's view. And so we copy and pasted what we did down there to this, to all timelines, because it was a bunch of different timelines that the planet was going to be destroyed. We did that, and then we copy and pasted that all over time and space and multiverses and everything, and then rippled it forward. There was more to her session, but this was very important because I feel like people might have felt it, and it did show up on the Schumann as a black marking a couple days ago. Okay, goodbye. Thanks for listening. Goodbye. I was working with Linda again today, and we went to a couple of places, but when we were doing our work, we had to remove trackers again, and of course I've got, like the tracker remover healing, the microchip remover healing, all this stuff. And she goes, why don't we just get rid of the trackers? I mean, in her own words, she said that, but pretty much like, where did the trackers come from? Like, why are they there? And I was like, that is your claircognizance working. That's like, when you get those questions of like, hey, why don't we just do this? And that's how we do our work. It's like, this doesn't make any sense. Why do we keep removing the things when we can just destroy them? So I was like, well, we need to go up to the Galactic Federation ship on the 12th dimension. I have a bunch of things about like the dimensions and what's where. So we went there, and I did not feel comfortable. I've already broken all my contracts with any kind of galactic government, and it kind of felt like a place I worked for a really long time, and I didn't work there anymore. I was just kind of like, hey, how's it going? And anytime I go up to that ship, it feels fucking like that. And I don't like it there. So, she is a part of the soul fragment. She's a soul fragment of Ashtar. So am I. But she hadn't broken her contracts with the galactic like I had. That's a long story. It's hard to go into. But anyway, she was like, hey, give me all the trackers. Give them to me. Give me all the contracts that I'm allowed to have. Give them to me. Give me the fucking protocols. Give those to me. When she did this, she ended up being in this like, almost like a file room, a vault full of paperwork, which is funny because that's pretty much what I worked in when I worked in the pension office, was a vault full of paperwork. And I was like, I know exactly what this is. And it has a fireproof door. So the fireproof door, she closed it, then she set everything ablaze, all the protocols, all the government paperwork, all of that she was allowed, and destroyed all the trackers. And then we asked what the next thing was to heal, and it was like taking the vault down, and we were like, okay, well, what we're going to do is we're going to do this in what we do, the highest good, and please undo anything we shouldn't have done. Because that's a big thing to do. So she was specifically guided to do it, even though we're the same oversoul. I wasn't guided to do this part. She was. I hope that makes sense also. And I'll tell you the next part. So I have a wrecking ball, so we could use my wrecking ball if we needed to in this vault. But I wanted to see what Linda specifically had, because we all have different stuff. And so she asked to take the walls down, like if it was in the highest good, destroy the room. And she had cracks come up, and I was like, oh fuck, I think you might be able to heal the earthquakes. Like, that would be really fucking cool. Oh shit, we were going to talk about that because she lives in California, and I was like, well, that's probably why you fucking live in California. Yeah, because Kate and I live in Florida now, and Kate used to live in Louisiana, and we're connected to healing the hurricanes. So you probably live in California because you're connected to healing the earthquakes, because we all live where we're supposed to fucking live. Whatever. Anyway, so we're going to look into that later. The vault came crumbling down. She left the room, the vault came crumbling down. And then the next thing she was supposed to do was do it to the whole ship, the whole galactic ship. In my Truth About the Galactic Federation series that I have, I talk about how it used to be in levels and tiers of hierarchy, and I had collapsed that. Well, she was supposed to take down the whole fucking ship. When she did, again, we undid anything we should not have done. When she took down the whole ship, it's like that part of the 12th dimension became like an alien version of what New Zealand looks like really green and like shiny and bright and golden, and that's what it looked like. So we provided safe passageways to safe house and freedom and give them their life back. Basically, they had been in this ship for so long in that dimension that they were locked up. Because, like, the archangels have contracts with religion. The Galactic Federation had contracts with government. It's all part of this system that controls everything. And that's what we do, is we take apart the fucking system from the inside out. Again, I need to make note that the reason I always say, like, it's not they versus us or them versus us, is because we're all soul fragments of the same 13 souls. So, like, the same 13 oversouls, even though we all have our own consciousness and we all have our own tools, we are them. They are us. We just have to heal our trauma. The trauma virus is what fucks us all up. We just need to neutralize and break free. Okay. Okay, goodbye.